Fan of Chipotle? Craving a steak bowl? Let's build it better with more healthy ingredients and even better flavor. Let's get it started. Yes, I said Chipotle. We're gonna start by building a marinade that will also act as a dressing to finish our power bowl. So a couple Chipotles in adobo seasoning, add a couple tablespoons of mayo and some fresh lime juice. Hey, here's a great chef hack. If you don't have a reamer or a juicer, just use your chef tongs. A little garlic powder and onion powder, and finally, a touch of salt and pepper. This is gonna be used for two different things. It's gonna marinate our steak, but also we're gonna add some yogurt to it to be a sauce at the end. This is skirt steak. Specifically outside skirt, about 1.5 pounds. Perfect for Southwest style on the grill. You could use flank for this too, but skirt is perfect and traditional. I'm just gonna cut it in a couple manageable pieces. 3. Skirt steak is so good for recipes like that. Look at the abundance of marbling in here and that great grain direction. The flavor is incredible. Pretty simple here. A little salt and pepper is our go-to seasoning for high quality beef. Season both sides generously and we'll put these gorgeous steaks in a Ziploc bag. Now we'll add a bit of the amazing seasoning from our sauce and coat the steaks as much as we can. Work things around so the skirt steaks are evenly coated and work out any excess air before closing up and heading to the fridge. Now we'll add just a couple more ingredients to our sauce to make an amazing dressing to finish this power bowl at the end. A little Greek yogurt gets stirred in along with some fresh chopped cilantro right from the garden. So many great flavors and way better than that boring ranch dressing. Time to get our quinoa and other ingredients going. Into some salted boiling water with our quinoa and on to some fresh kale on the cutting board. Take the stems off and give it a quick choppity chop and we'll work on some therapeutic massage technique. With a little olive oil and kosher salt, grab a handful of kale and work it between your hands to bruise the leaves. This will soften the kale so we can enjoy eating it raw. Let's get some fresh tomatoes ready. We want to end up with a small dice here, so my technique is to quarter and remove the inner pith, seeds, and excess water. Garden fresh tomatoes are the best. When they're in season, look for a fun heirloom variety if you can. Let's put those aside and check on our quinoa. We love quinoa because it's one of the ancient grains, great texture, and really good protein. Head into a bowl with the cooked quinoa and corn. Now, when this is in season, I would cut the kernels right off a veneer of some fresh summer corn. Then a can of black beans. Combine things all together and we'll get to the grill. What you're looking for is super high heat to get good char like that on the grill. Skirt steak is perfect with direct high heat cooking, good sear on each side. With the grill cranking hot, lay those steaks right over the heat. What's great is the light coating of marinade does a couple things here. We get a boost of Southwest flavor and the touch of mayo helps conduct heat for a better sear. Char's not a bad thing. You want some good crispy grill marks. Some kiss of the flame, it's a good thing. When they've had about 3 to 5 minutes on each side and plenty of sear, I'll check for doneness with a thermometer in the thickest part of the steak. Pull them at about 120 to 125 degrees. Little patience is worth it. We want to have this steak rest so the juices stay within the cut before we slice it. Chef Ashley has a good tip that we use here in the kitchen. Rest the steaks for about half the time that you cook. So we only spend about 5-10 minutes on the grill, only about 3-5 minutes of resting time. You always want to slice against the grains. We want slices going this way, but look how long that slice would be. So I'm going to go with the grain for a few slices into sections like this. Then we'll go against the grain. So from here, we can then slice against the grain. Stack a couple up if you want. Thin slices. Look at the temperature on this. Look at that, perfect. You gotta sneak a bite. Let's see. There's our steak, look at that. Let's build a bowl. Kinda wish I didn't have all this steak in my way. Said no one ever. Quinoa. Steak. Gotta have plenty of room for steak. Some tomato. Can be whatever garnishes you want now. Tomato, you've got cilantro, we've got pumpkin seeds, yes. Then you can have that nice sauce that we created with the Greek yogurt. You can serve that on the side in a little bowl like this, or right over top. Your choice. That's a Southwest bowl to love. It tastes as good as it looks. See you next time in the test kitchen.